Hello, my name is Heather Jackson, and I am reviewing the Common Core State Standards Initiative and Event History Analysis of State Adoption by Lavina, Houghton Vogel, and Lang, written in 2015. So we're going to start with what is the Common Core Initiative? Well, it really started with three main points. And those main points were to establish ambitious academic standards that all children should be able to have to prepare for college, to align policy and accountability systems to meet those standards, such as testing, and to reconstruct the governance system to support improvements by delegating responsibilities. The Common Core has been adopted by all but 4 states. And the Common Core state standards are standards that raise coursework requirements for high school graduation and the expanded assessment programs. They did it in 3 different ways. First of all, number one, the content standards. They raised the knowledge and skills. Number two, school delivery standards. Schools were expected to have more resources needed to reach these standards. And number three, performance standards. Students must demonstrate a level of performance based on testing most of the time. How did this come into play? Well, the United States was wanting to increase our standards to help raise our level of education. So the federal government decided to implement a program called Race to the Top Initiative. And the Race to the Top Initiative was a competitive grant program that was designed to encourage and reward states that were creating conditions for improvisation and reform in the educational system. It was adopted, and it gave up to 60 bonus points possible for implementation of the Common Core state standards by August 2nd, 2010. Once the Race to the Top initiative was established, the Common Core state standards were adopted by more states very, very quickly. And this in itself raised some questions. So there were several different hypotheses proposed that show that Race to the Top influenced the state's decision to adopt the Common Core state standards. The hypotheses that were proposed were the vertical influence, national interaction, regional diffusion, prior policy adoption, privacy severity, economic conditions, and political conditions. And once all of these were looked into, it was shown that the Race to the Top did in fact influence states' decisions to adopt the Common Core standards. And this in itself is significant because the United States government used money in the form of a grant program, and the states own poor financial position to implement policy that they thought needed to be implemented in the educational field.